I think from Reward's point of view, as well as anybody else's, we'd be interested in hearing a bit about how you're thinking that the ageing workforce will impact on workplace healthcare. This is a general question to everyone. For the HRs around the table, do you have a workforce that is young or old, or do you think that this is going to be a problem for you over the next few years?
We're already noticing this. We've got quite an older workforce, just due to the nature of what we do. We only recruit people that are very experienced in their particular area. So we've already noticed over the last kind of 4 or 5 years, each time that we renew, those premiums are going up. And even when we're going out to market, because the number of claims are going up, even when we go out to market and we manage to get a little bit of a reduction, generally it's going up every year. And obviously that has an impact on us as an organisation, but that figure appears on people's P11Ds. And I'm getting challenged by the team to say, why is it going up every year? You know, and that has a personal impact on them. So it's certainly something that we've already noticed.
Yeah, I would agree with that. We have quite an older workforce in terms of some of the partners, and so the premiums are just going up each year.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Okay, and what about for the industry experts? Do you think that this is going to be a big problem in terms of provision and cost over the next couple of years?
From the client side of view, it's definitely, you know, it's made an impact on their justification of continuing to provide these plans. But when people are older, it's more likely they're going to need it. So, you know, once you've got a healthcare plan, a PMI plan in place, it's really hard to pull it, because actually, you know, someone that's 60, you know, that's when they're going to need it, and it would just be sod's law that you'd pull it and then they'd need to claim. But what, as an intermediary, what we're able to do about that sort of cost issue, I mean, obviously the insurers have to price for medical inflation, they have to price for age risk. But what we can do is we can push some of the cover away from the private medical insurance provider. And this is quite a newish sort of concept. It's been around for a few years, but where you take away some of the cover for things like physiotherapy, for example, push that onto a cash plan, and then you combine the two policies. Because that's such a new thing, obviously it's more difficult for an HR person to get their heads around, and even more difficult for the employee, because they're thinking, well, who do I claim from? Is it the cash plan provider or the PMI?
We've had a suggestion from our broker actually over the last 3 renewals about doing that. Yeah. And cost isn't always the most important thing for us as an organisation, and one of the reasons we've pushed back against that is for that reason about the complexity of claiming, and we just want to make things easy for people. I just wondered what your view was on that.
Yeah, well, my view on that is that brokers can assist with claims. And there are some brokers that actually deal with the claims, and it's a nurse-led claim. So the nurse then sort of helps you decide what pathway you're going to take. But I mean, that's the sort of top level. On a sort of lower level, the broker can help. Instead of coming to you, the employee will come to one of the broker's staff, and the broker will then explain which route they should go. But a lot of work needs to be done up front. When I was talking earlier about standing in front of the room with, the cash plan provider and the PMI provider, a lot of work needs to be done up front to, lots of emails need to be sent, lots of communication. But it's a very rewarding strategy.
We're an ageing society. 80 million baby boomers in Europe are going to retire by 2020. We have no retirement age. You are going to have people in your business who you want to retain because they have knowledge, experience, expertise. So I think we have to think of ageing as something which is an opportunity for us. There are lots of individuals that don't want to retire either because they're, as I understand, 60 is a new 50, 50 is a new 40. But we can embrace this. We can embrace an ageing population. But actually, the accent on health is even more important as you get older, because yes, of course, we do rely on our health and well-being, our stamina, our energy. So I think employers, if you've got an ageing policy or a positive ageing policy, I think that's very positive. If you've got an older workforce, and they will embrace that. So the World Economic Forum a couple of years ago said there were 3 major inhibitors for our economic growth. One of those was talent shortage. The other one was an ageing population. I think it's something like 54% of people die prematurely in the workplace because of non-communicable disease, which is the other third issue, which is lifestyle disease, cancer, stroke, heart attack, and these things largely can be with better lifestyle choice. So my recommendation today is that ageing is the same as all the other dynamics that we've been talking about today. It's all around about understanding your demographic and making a health and wellbeing strategy, if you like, mass customization. One size doesn't fit all anymore, and I think people are at the different stages of their life cycle. So I think ageing is going to become the new it. And I would recommend organisations start embracing the ageing society and the ageing workforce very quickly.